Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Quick question, what are those shiny sheets, those foil looking sheets that they shoot with that they put on the floor? Well, I'll tell you today what they are. It's called Mylar. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I got mine. You can see that I last purchased it in April, so I'm not lying to you. It's not very expensive at all, as you can see, and all you have to do is lay it out onto the floor. You can see here that I have a couple sheets that I've stacked up side by side, and I'm shooting with model Karo here. So this was my first attempt at using Mylar sheets with my lighting, and I've got a mix of LED light and flash. You can see over to the right, I've got cyan on my LED light, and I'm mixing that with a white light on my flash and a gridded strip box. The background is actually gray, and the cyan from the LED light is giving me the blue cast all throughout the room. Not getting exactly what I wanted. I had not done my homework really before this. I thought I could just throw the Mylar down, and as you can see, I got varied mixed results here. Not really what I had seen before, not really what I was looking for. I wanted, how do I get those reflections onto the background? So after that shoot, I went into the studio and was kind of playing around with it, switching up my lighting positions with different gels and trying to position the light correctly. And you can see here I was trying to explain how I was doing it, and I really didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I was figuring it out as I go along. So you can see here I'm trying different positions. I've got a pink gel. You don't have to put gels on it, but I like the colors, so I'm trying at the edge here. I tried at closer to the background, and the answer is right in front of me. If you look at the background, you can see that those reflections that I'm seeing before I shoot the flash, they're there. They're there without me doing anything. So where are they coming from? Well, they're coming from the overhead lights. I've got recessed lights in the ceiling. They're tuned at 5,000 Kelvin, so they're not those nasty warm yellowish lights. I tried to get as close to around 5,000 or daylight 5,600 as I could, but they're just recessed lights in the ceiling, and that's what's giving me that reflection. So I had the answer all along right in front of me, and I'm over here janking around with all these lights trying to figure out how to get that reflection, and they're there in the room for me already. So what to do? And so you might ask, why not just shoot without flashes, just shoot the room as it is? Well, the room is actually darker. It's just the brighter because I have the ISO raised on my video camera, and I would, in camera, have to turn the ISO up considerably to get a good exposure. So I'm trying to emulate it with flashes. So for the next shoot, I really wanted to get this right, and I still didn't have the answer. You can see it's right there in front of me again. And I've got a gridded beauty dish, and I've also got a strip box pointing directly down at the corners, and that works, by the way. I mean, it's given me a pretty good result, and I've got it pretty much where I want it, and I've got this look here with that. So I've got a cyan gel on the strip box using a Godox 8300, and I got some really nice shots, and the beauty dish is keeping her skin from looking too blue or green from the gels, right? That's what that's for. So you can see off to camera right behind the beauty dish, I added another flash with pink gel to flash onto the floor back there. And so I'm getting a mixture of the cyan and the pink, and I'm using just the basic white light in the beauty dish here to illuminate her. And we're getting, she's absolutely a fantastic model. This is Auset Watley. I'll link her below. So we're getting some really nice shots with Auset here in this configuration. And this is what collaborations are for. When you have clients that later want to shoot this type of shot, you get it dialed in with your collaborations, you figure it out, and finally you get the shot you're looking for. So there's the edit, not too far off from the original raw file, right? And then here is another shot that I really liked with the pink and the cyan, or magenta and cyan. Really nice look with Auset. And in case you're wondering, hey, did you do any editing in Photoshop to get that color? This is the the Ninja 5 attached to the camera, so it's recording the photo shoot on the screen as I'm taking it. And so this is directly straight out of camera, and you can see I'm getting these results straight out of camera. This is recording the actual photo shoot in camera as you see it. So I am getting the result in camera, not having to do any trickery in Photoshop or post editing. So here you see it. By the next shoot, I can do this and I've got it dialed. So how did I do that? Well, you can see there's no flash going on here. This is the room. This is the lights from the room, right? And that's from the overhead lights that are just shining straight down. So I can now duplicate this pretty easily. I've got my method dialed and I know how to do it. So when I finally got to this shoot with Stephanie, which was a client shoot, you can see I've got one light to the left pointing as straight down as I can get it. And there's another one behind that little strip box pointing straight down, just opposite with the pink gel. And then I've got my Godox AD400 with a little strip box, a glow strip box, gridded just to illuminate her face. And I've got it dialed for sure at this point. I've got exactly what I had seen in my head. So when you saw me doing all this stuff before, trying to figure it out, the answer was right in front of me. I just needed to emulate the overhead lights shining from directly above in the ceiling. Now it helps to make the Mylar a little bit wrinkly and crinkly so that it's not 100% smooth. That'll give you more varied reflections onto the backdrop. You can try it smooth. I don't think you're going to get as much of that wavy looking stuff on the background as if you kind of mess with the Mylar. So here's another shoot with my rocker buddy Chris, and you can see I use that same configuration as I did with Stephanie, the previous model. The two lights directly above like that, just shining down onto the Mylar, trying to mimic what those recessed lights were doing in the ceiling. And here it is. You don't have to use gels. This is just with white light, and here it is. This is the edit for my buddy Chris. Liked that a lot. Very watery, very ripply, looks really good. And this is straight out of the camera, in case you're wondering if I did a lot of editing. No. So there you have it, guys. This is the configuration that I found that works the best for me. You can experiment yourself and move these around a little bit and see what you get. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, leave a comment, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.
Yeah.